Even though there's a lot going on at the state capitol right now, I hope North Carolina lawmakers don't lose sight of our right to self-defense with a firearm. Carolina Journal opinion editor Ray Nothstein's latest column sounds a warning. When it comes to gun rights, he writes, North Carolina has lost a lot of ground compared to other states over the past few decades. Now, if you read my latest column in the print edition of Carolina Journal, you know about my love affair with the First Amendment. But I also have a huge crush on the Second Amendment, our individual right to defend ourselves using a firearm. I've always been a firearms feminist. My body, my gun, my choice type of gal. But when someone came onto my property within a few feet of me and my daughter and threatened to harm us and the rest of my family, well, I got much more serious about protecting my family and myself. I invested time in firearms training. I got my concealed carry permit, and I joined tens of millions of Americans in becoming a responsible gun owner. Over the last decade, millions more people have joined me, with 2020 firearm sales setting records. The National Shooting Sports Foundation estimated last year's gun sales at about 21 million. An incredible 34% increase over the previous record set in 2016. And with a 75% increase in background checks through January of this year versus January 2020, this year is setting up to beat last year's historic sales records. The Washington Examiner reported on the foundation's analysis. Unique to last year was a surge in the sales to first-time gun buyers, women and Black Americans. These numbers are impressive. 8.4 million people bought a firearm for the first time in 2020. That's 40% of all purchases. 40% of 2020 buyers were women, and the biggest increase in any demographic category was among African Americans, who bought guns at a rate of 58% greater than in 2019. These numbers are a strong indicator that Americans, especially women and minorities, want firearms for protection and to be able to purchase them lawfully. And who can blame them with all the violence and mob rioting that we saw last summer in so many of our major cities? Yet North Carolina still requires the Jim Crow-era pistol permit to buy a handgun. Most states have repealed these laws, which are well known for their racist legacy of trying to keep firearms away from Black Americans. We learned from Ray Nothstein's column that Reason magazine called it the Klan's favorite law. Our state lawmakers should act now. They should eliminate the racist permit requirement for handgun purchases, and they should enact constitutional carry. Self-defense is a human right. I don't fear citizens who choose a firearm to defend themselves. I fear a government that strips me of my right to defend myself with one. Now, if you have feedback for me, email me at therightAOC@johnlocke.org. For more information on the Second Amendment and all of our legislative priorities, check out carolinajournal.com and johnlocke.org. And while you're there, please consider an investment in freedom so we can continue to bring you the news and information you need to make wise public policy decisions. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay informed.